Hello everyone, we are Team 6. So today we're going to demo our equipment lending system. So let's use the admin system account. So apparently in our dashboard, we have the option to manage the account, and we can also view the lending statistic and the admin tool, which allow us to create all of the entities in the system.
Okay, so next we are going through the equipment management from the admin view. And here you can see a table that contains the equipment's IDs, name, condition, and purchase date. If you like to add new equipment, just click the Add button here. It will allow you to add the name. Uh, then you can assign the purchase date and the condition. And then you choose to add equipment. And yes, done. Then after that, you can see it here and you can choose to view it.
So now we will move to the cost management. So in the cost management page, we can see that there's a table displaying the ID of the course, the name of the course, and as well as the academic staff. So in course, we still have the normal group operation, add, modify, delete, and view. Okay, so now we'll try to add a new course. So now I will add course and course added successfully. Okay, so now we will try to delete the new course. So we need to select the new course and then press delete. And the course cannot be deleted because there are students that enrolling in the course. So only the course without student enroll can be deleted. And there will be a pop-up to prevent that user like unintentionally click on the delete button and then the course is deleted.
So here we can see that we have a table to show the records with its ID, borrower date, return date, status, and the equipment that they are borrowing. And we have some options like view record details, add record, update, delete, or we can go back to the dashboard. And to add new record, it will bring you to a page to show that you have to select and then I add a record with ID 58. For delete record, we can only delete the pending and the borrowed record, and the return record. And when we click the delete button, it will show a pop-up to prevent any misclick action. And when we click the OK, we're free to go and the record is deleted.
Next up, we'll move on to person management. So with this page, we allow our admins to do two main things. First off, update user. So if we choose a person, their informations will get populated into these fields, and we could update their name, for instance. I will add number one here. We could update their date of birth and any of the fields that are provided here. So if I press the update person,
Okay, so for the professional view, we can only manage our account, view equipment, and we can see our lending records. Here, we can see that we have a table to see our lending records, and the status is currently overdue. So I have two equipment here, so I can choose to borrow more, or I can choose to return those equipment in our records now. To return, we have to choose an equipment in the table, and then we choose the equipment to return. Here we return a MacBook, and then we click the return button. To borrow a new equipment, we can click the borrow button. We can choose the return date. For professional, we don't have to be limited by the 2-week phrase. You choose the return date. For purpose testing only, you can choose some equipment like the MacBook and the controller again, and we add. That's done. Here, the record status now borrowed.
onto our academics. Well, we have of the most of the functionalities the same as our student. We're still able to manage or count the equipments, borrow equipments for themselves, but we have two more functionality switches to view course and view different lending requests for their course that they are managing, as well as academic statistic. We could also view any lending request based on the course that we're responsible for. So here are all the requests for all the course that we're managing. We could filter them out by different lending status, such as pending, borrow, return, or overdue. Um, and also, we could view the details of any records. And as academics, we could also view our own statistic for lending records, statistic based on the course that we're responsible for. This includes the different borrowing frequencies, current course lending record status, equipment borrowing by categories, in which we could toggles to see the details of the equipments, overdue equipment by course, equipment borrowing trends, different equipment borrowing trends over time, and because we're only academics, our statistics are limited to only these lending records numbers, and it's not as detailed as admin. When doing our own lending records, we have several options to make the process easier. First off, we could use different filtering functions, such as based on the lending status, including pending, borrow, return, or even overdue. Secondly, we could narrow down our results by using date range. We could use the borrow date range from We could also use different date range for our return dates. We also provide a searching function. We also provide a searching function to search for any lending records based on the equipment name in that record, in which we provide an auto search, in which we provide an autocomplete function. And also, we could search by the lending purpose, which will return us with the result that best match with the input that we given. As you can see here, the TE match with the TE in the teach port.
Okay, so next we're going to see how the student will use this app. And students are allowed to access the managed accounts page, view equipment, my learning records, and they can also view the enrolled course. When I want to borrow new equipment, I will have to choose a course that the student is being enrolled to. I will choose course 5 machine learning. I have to choose a return date which is limited for 2 weeks. A purpose and some items like ID with number 3, 25, 26, and add. When student enroll try to borrow an equipment, they will have to wait for the academic approval.
Finally, instead of having to create our own account, the user can also log in as a visitor, but there's limitation to this role. So as a visitor, we're only allowed to view the existing equipment within the system. So in this page, we can see all of the equipments that exist in the system, including those that have been borrowed or those that are currently available.
So this is our database. Here are our schema with a table, and we can see it more clearly from here. We have implemented a lot of entities so that we can use our app normally. Further details can be found in our readme.txt. Thank you for watching.